I got that in Mexico. I was hoping it holds joints.
Does it do anything? It seems to open.
No, it just would be a good size to hold joints. Or not.
So is that a joint? Or is it a cigar?
Yeah, it's
No,
Okay.
it's marijuana
it's
inside
weed.
of pot.
Oh, okay. So it's like pot tobacco
Yeah.
posh.
You never had that?
Yeah, I think I tried one once.
Come on, man. You want some of it? You probably can't because of stockholders, right?
I mean, it's legal, right?
It's totally legal.
Okay.
How does that work? Do people get upset at you if you do certain things? There's tobacco and marijuana in there. That's all it is. The combination of tobacco and marijuana is wonderful. First turned onto it by Charlie Murphy and then reignited by Dave Chappelle. There you go.
plus whiskey.
Haha, exactly.
Perfect. Balances it out.
I mean,
I'm a firm believer in
alcohol is a drug. It's been grandfathered in.
that. Well, it's not just a drug. It's a drug that gets a bad rap. Because if you just have a little, it's great.
Fine.
Yeah, a little sip here and there, and your inhibitions are relaxed, and it shows your true self, and hopefully you're more joyous and friendly and happy, and everything's good. The real worry is the people that can't handle it, like the real worry about people who can't handle cars that can go 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds or anything. Have you ever considered something that, like, imagine if one day everyone has a car that's on the same, at least technological standard as one of your cars. And everyone agrees that the smart thing to do is not just to have bumpers, but to perhaps have some sort of a magnetic repellent device, some electromagnetic field around the cars that as cars come close to each other, they automatically radically decelerate because of magnets or something.
Well, I mean, our cars brake automatically.
Brake.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they see things.
Yes.
But like a physical barrier, like.
Well, the wheels work pretty well as brakes.
The wheels do.
Yeah. They work pretty well. Decelerated at 1.1 to 1.2 Gs, that kind of thing.
Is there a concern that one day all your cars will be on the road and then there'll still be regular people with regular cars 20, 30 years from now that'll get in the mix and be the main problem?
Yeah, I think it'd be sort of like, it was a time of transition where there were horses and gasoline cars on the road at the same time. It's been pretty weird.
Oh, that'd be the weirdest.
Yeah. I mean, horses were tricky. Back in Manhattan had like 300,000 horses. You figure like if a horse lives 15 years, you got 20,000 horses dropping dead every day. Or every year, I should say. Every year is 20,000 horses if there's 300,000 horses in a 15-year lifespan.
Back in the Gangs in New York days. That movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dead horses. And then you need a horse to move the horse.
Right.
And they'll probably get pretty freaked out if they have to move a dead horse.
Do you think they know what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be
tired.
like pretty weird. Like,
No, I would imagine.
why am I dragging this dead, horse around? And I'm a horse.
Do you
I
ever
don't like it.
stop and think about your role in civilization? Do you ever stop and think about your role in the culture? Because me, as a person who never met you until today, when I think of you, I've always thought of you as being this weirdo super inventor dude who just somehow or another keeps coming up with new shit. But there's not a lot of you out there. Like, everybody else seems to be, I mean, obviously you make a lot of money, and there's a lot of people that make a lot of money. You like that clock?
Yeah.
Pretty dope, right?
This is a great clock.
Yeah, you want one? I'll get you one.
Sure.
Okay. Done.
I like weird things like this.
Oh, this is the coolest. It's TGT Promotion. What is this? TGT Studios? TGT Studios? Yeah. Yeah. It's a gentleman who makes all this by hand. Yeah, it's really cool.
My study is filled with weird devices.
Well, get ready for another one.
All right.
I'm sending it your way.
Cool.
You want a werewolf too? I'll hook you up.
All right. I'll take one.
One werewolf and one clock coming up. Do you think about your role in the culture? Because me, as a person who never met you until today, I've always looked at you and like, wow, like, how does this guy just keep inventing shit? Like, how do you keep coming up with all these new devices? And what do you ever consider how like, I had a dream once that there was a million Teslas. Instead of like one Tesla, there was a million Teslas.
Okay.
Not Chesley the car, but Nikola.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And that in his day, there was a million people like him who were radically innovative. It was a weird dream, man. It was so strange. And I've had it more than once.
Result in very rapid technology innovation, that's for sure.
It's one of the only dreams in my life I've had more than one time.
Okay.
Like where I've woken up and it's in the same dream. I'm in the same dream. And in this dream, it's 1940s, 1950s, but everyone is severely advanced. There's flying blimps with like LCD screens on the side of them, and everything's bizarre and strange. And it stuck with me for whatever, and obviously this is just a stupid dream, but for whatever reason, all these years that stuck with me. Like it takes one man like Nikola Tesla to have more than 100 inventions that were patents, right? I mean, he had some
It's pretty great.
pretty fucking amazing ideas.
Yes.
But there
Definitely.
was, in his day, there was very few people like him.
Yeah, that's true.
What if there was a million? Like what? And then
Things would advance very quickly.
Right. But there's not a million Elon Musks. There's one, motherfucker. Do you think about that? Or you just try to not?
I don't think you'd necessarily want to be me. I don't think.
Well,
Not
what's
sure
the worst part
I
about
don't think
you?
people would like it that much.
Well, most people wouldn't, but they can't be you. So that's like some superhero type shit. You know, you wouldn't want to be Spider-Man. Rather just sleep tight in Gotham City. I hope he's out there doing his job.
It's very hard to turn it off.
Yeah. What's the hardest part?
It might sound great if it's
Means
turned
sleep.
on, but what if it doesn't turn off?
Now, I showed you the isolation tank, and you've never experienced that before.
No.
I think that could help you turn it off a little bit just for the
Okay.
night. Yeah, just give you a little bit of sleep, a little bit of perspective. There's magnesium that you get from the water as well that makes you sleep easier because the water has Epsom salts in it. But maybe some sort of strategy for sacrificing your or not sacrificing, but enhancing your biological recovery time by figuring out a way, whether it's through meditation or some other ways, to shut off that thing at night. Like you must have like a constant stream of ideas that's running through your head all the time. You getting text messages from chicks?
No. I'm getting text messages from
the manager?
friends saying, "What the hell are you doing smoking weed?"
Is that bad for you? It's legal. It's government approved.
It's not, I'm not a regular smoker of weed.
How often do you smoke it?
Almost never.
How's
I
it
mean,
feel?
I don't actually notice any effect.
Well, there you go. There was a time where I think it was Ram Dass or someone gave some Buddhist monk a bunch of acid,
Okay.
and he ate it, and it had no effect on him.
I doubt that.
I would say that too, but I've never meditated to the level that some of these people have, where they're constantly meditating all day. They don't have any material possessions, and all of their energy is spent trying to achieve a certain mindset. I would like to cynically deny that. I'd like to cynically say, they just fucking think the same way I do. They just hang out with flip-flops on and make weird noises. But maybe no.
I know a lot of people like weed, and that's fine. But I don't find that it is very good for productivity.
For you.
Not for me.
Yeah, I would imagine that for someone like you, it's not. Someone like you, it'd be more like a cup of coffee, right? You want yerba mate.
Yeah, it's more like the opposite of a cup of coffee.
What do
it's
you
like
like?
a cup of coffee in reverse.
Oh, weed is.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you would like more like what would be beneficial to you would be like coffee.
I like to get things done. I like to be useful. That is one of the hardest things to do, is to be useful.
When you say you like to get things done, like
Yes.
in terms of like what
Like to get things
gives
done.
you satisfaction, when you complete a project, when something that you invent comes to fruition and you see people enjoying it, that feeling.
Yes, doing something useful for other people. that I like doing.
That's interesting for other people.
Yes.
So do you think that is maybe the way you recognize that you have this unusual position in the culture where you can uniquely influence certain things because of this? I mean, you essentially have a gift, right? I mean, sure, you would think it was a curse, but I'm sure it's been fueled by many, many years of discipline and learning, but you essentially have a gift, and that you have this radical sort of creativity engine when it comes to innovation and technology. It's like you're going at a very high RPMs.
All the time.
What is that like?
It doesn't stop. I don't know what would happen if I got into a sensory deprivation tank.
Let's try it.
It sounds concerning. It's like
why?
running the engine with no resistance. That seems.
Is that what it is, though? Or maybe it's not.
Maybe it's fine. I don't know. I'll try it.
Have you ever experimented with meditation or anything?
Yes.
What do you do? Or what have you done, rather?
I mean, you just sort of sit there and be quiet and then repeat some mantra, which acts as a focal point. It does still the mind. But I don't find myself drawn to it frequently.
Do you think that perhaps productivity is maybe more attractive to you than enlightenment? And or even the concept of whatever enlightenment means. Like, what are you trying to achieve when you're meditating all the time? With you, it seems like almost like there's a franticness to your creativity that comes out of this burning furnace. And in order for you to like calm that thing down, you might have to throw too much water on it.
It's like a never-ending explosion.
Like, what is it like? Like, try to explain it to a dumb person like me. What's going on in the head?
Never-ending explosion.
It's just constant ideas, just bouncing around.
Yes.
Whew. Damn.
Yeah.
So when everybody leaves, it's just Elon sitting at home, brushing his teeth. Just a bunch of ideas bouncing around your head.
Yeah.
Whew.
All the time.
When did you realize that that's not the case with most people?
I think when I was, 5 or 6 or something. I thought I was insane.
Why'd you think you were insane?
Because it was clear that other people did not, their mind wasn't exploding with ideas all the time.
They weren't expressing it. They weren't talking about it all the time. And you realized by the time you were 5 or 6, like, oh, they're probably not even getting this thing that I'm getting.
No. It was just strange. It was like, I'm strange. That was my conclusion. I'm strange.
But did you feel diminished by it in any way? Like knowing that this is a weird thing that you really probably couldn't commiserate with other people? They wouldn't understand you?
I hope they wouldn't find out because they might like put me away with something.
You thought that?
For a second, yes.
When you were little?
Yeah, I knew they put people away. What if they put me away?
Like when you were little, you thought this?
Yes.
Wow. Like you thought this is so radically different than the people that are around me. If they find out I got this stream coming in.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I was only like 5 or 6, so like.
Do you think this is like? I mean, there's outliers biologically. You mean there's people that are 7'9"? There's people that have giant hands. There's people that have eyes that are 20/15 vision. There's always outliers. Do you feel like you like caught this? Like you have got you're like on some weird innovation, creativity sort of wave that's very unusual. Like you tapped into. I mean, just think of the various things you've been able to accomplish in a very short amount of time, and you're constantly doing this. You're a weird person, right?
I agree.
Yeah. Like, what if there's a million Elon Musks?
Well, that would be very, very weird.
Woo.
Yeah, that'd be pretty weird. I agree.
Real weird.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What if there were a million Joe Rogans?
Oh, there probably is. It's probably 2 million. I mean, I think that's the case with a lot of folks.
Yeah, I mean, but like, my goal is like try to do useful things, try to maximize the probability the future is good, make the future exciting, something you look forward to, with with Tesla, we're like trying to make things that people love. It's like not like how many things can you buy that you really love that really give you joy? So rare, so rare. I wish there were more things. That's what we're trying to do. Just make things that somebody loves.
When you think about
so
making things that
difficult.
someone loves, like, do you specifically think about like what things would improve people's experience? Like what would change the way people interface with life that would make them more relaxed or more happy? You really think, like, when you're thinking about things like that, is that like one of your considerations? Like what could I do that would help people that maybe they wouldn't be able to figure out?
Yeah, like what are the set of things that can be done to make the future better? So I think that a future where we are a spacefaring civilization and out there among the stars, this is very exciting. This makes me look forward to the future. This makes me want that future. The things, there need to be things that make you look forward to waking up in the morning. You wake up in the morning, you look forward to the day, you look forward to the future. In a future where we are a spacefaring civilization and out there among the stars, I think that's very exciting. That is a thing we want. Whereas if you knew we would not be a spacefaring civilization but forever confined to Earth, this would not be a good future. That would be very sad, I think.
It would be sad.
We don't want the sad
terms
future.
of the finite lifespan of the Earth itself and the solar system itself. That even though it's possibly, how long do they feel like this sun and the solar system is going to exist? How many hundreds of millions of years?
Well, it's probably, if you're saying when does the sun boil the oceans?
Right.
About 500 million years.
So is it sad that we never leave because in 500 million years that happens? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just think if there are two futures, and one future is we're out there among the stars, and the things we read about and see in science fiction movies, the good ones, are true. And we have these starships, and we're going to see what other planets are like, and we're a multi-planet species, and the scope and scale of consciousness is expanded across many civilizations and many planets and many star systems. This is a great future. This is a wonderful thing to me, and that's what we should strive for.